Al, it's time to learn about some quartz
Quartz.
this week
Yeah.
and see them come together
And be a quartz.
and be a quartz. Exactly.
Yep.
Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Jared and Al Watch Love Live Nijigasaki High School Idol Club. It is episode number 16. I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Al and Lady
Hello.
We're discussing season 2, episode number 3, called "Sing, Song, Smile," which they clearly changed this from last week, where it was
Because it's
just
an exclamation
sing,
point.
song, smile. Now it's smile.
It's an exclamation point. There was not one
Yeah.
last time. You were very
There was
upset
not
last time.
I was, but now it's fixed, so we're all good.
The best.
We begin this episode and we're running on the track, doing some training.
Fight on.
Fight on, fight on, fight on. And the other girls are like, man, these girls are doing their training. That's cool. I's gonna flex on them.
Yeah, she is.
I want to go run too. I want to be a part of this.
Hilarious.
And she does.
Yep. Because she's the runner.
She is the runner. So yeah, after that we see them do some little more chit chatting, trying to figure out what they want to do for their show and all that. Like what kind of, performance they want to do.
Mhm.
Each of them have different ideas of like costumes and everything. Kanata just wants to have them all nap on stage.
You know what?
It's real
Same.
funny.
Napping's great.
Rita wants to have a virtual concert. She's like, we could just change into whatever we want.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be easy. But they don't come to a consensus quite yet.
Nope.
And then afterwards, we learn that they're going to do a mini training camp where they just all stay at each other's houses. Which I don't know how that's a training camp, but that's their training camp. Emma talks to Kyrene about it, and she's like, I can't come wake you up. So hopefully you can wake up on your own. And Kyrene's like, I'll be fine.
I'll be
Don't
fine.
worry about
I
it.
can do it.
I can do it. And then Emma leaves and I walks up and is like, oh, hey, you're drinking coffee. I'm drinking tea. Here's the pun for it. Ha 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 ha. And Karen's like, call me tomorrow at 7 in the morning.
The eye alarm clock.
The eye alarm clock.
Man, imagine like waking up at 7 and getting like puns.
I know. Oh, what I was about to say is like, she's going to call and just give you a pun to wake you up with.
Yo, I'd be about that. At least I would laugh in the morning.
It's true. It'd be real fun. We see the Quartz Girls at Kasami's house where she's trying to sell them on some wild costumes
Mm-hmm.
and put them all in all these costumes. And then there's like, let's put these back into the closet and
This is not
just leave them
happening.
there. That's all. That's it. We're done.
I love the like little tiny magic hat that Emma's wearing at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically like the kind of hat they would give a magician in like a second grade school play made out of construction paper.
Yeah. Oh man.
Anyway.
We catch up with Yu, who's in her class, and she has to do a performance of a song. She has to compose and perform a song, I should say,
Mm-hmm.
for her music class. And Mia's just like, ugh. And Yu's like, oh no.
This is stressful.
We go back to the Quartz Girls, who are now at Kanata's place,
Mm-hmm.
just hanging out, and Kanata shows them the idea she had for a stage, which is just a giant pillow.
It looked
With,
like a macaron to me.
It did it to me as well, but then they're like, it's a pillow.
It's a pillow.
I was like, that also makes sense.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that makes more sense than a macaron, I guess. But I mean, she is also like the cook of the group, so could have
She
been
also
a
just wants to
macaron.
sleep,
Yeah, fair, same,
which is just very relatable.
very relatable.
Haruka shows up and is like, hey, food's ready. So they go to eat, and also we see Kanata and Haruka's mom for the first time.
Whoa.
She's like, oh, you brought friends over. It's so nice. And then they get to eat all the good food, and Kanata acts like a mom to Rita,
Mm-hmm.
which is funny.
It's very good.
We go back to Yu, who is still having some issues, and then the cat just jumps up on Yu and is like, meow.
Meow.
And Yu's like, whoa, hey, what's up?
What's up, kitty?
And then Mia shows up and is like with the cat toy, like, I'm not doing anything.
Nope.
I'm just walking with this. What do you mean? What's going on? So Yu's like, hey, how's your song going? And Mia's like, oh, I finished that a long time ago. What are you talking about? That was easy.
Yep.
I'm done. And then Mia's about to leave, and Yu's like, please help me. I need help. I need some advice. And Mia's like,
Mateo.
hey, just make music for what people want to hear. That's what you gotta do. That's how you make good music. Okay, see you later, baby Chan.
Baby Chan. Also, the cat at one point meows, but the mouth doesn't move, and it's amazing.
That's how good that cat is.
That cat is always very good.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad we are already at the baby Chan now, so that's good.
I am happy that is. We both text each other in full caps, like Baby
Yeah.
Chan.
It's very good.
It's great.
So yeah, Yu's struggling.
Same.
Big struggles. The Quartz girls are now at Rena's place, where they decide to play the Sync Thoughts game which they always play on the live streams, and I thought that was very funny.
It was very funny. Oh man, that was really, really good.
It was like, what's a red fruit you think of? And they all pick different fruits. What do you think of Nijigasaki? Let's all pick different things. What do you think of Odaiba? Let's all pick different things. And they're like, oh no, we're all out of sync. So they go to school the next day, and they're in the club room, just like all on the couch, just like, ugh. The rest of the girls are like, oh, they don't look too good. What's going on with them? And then Yu's like over there also struggling, just like, and Ayumi's like, are you okay? And Yu's just like, oh. And everyone's like, what? What's wrong?
Everybody just like gets up and runs at her like, what's wrong
What's
with
going
you?
on?
How can we help you?
And then Yu explains her situation, like, yeah, I gotta make a song, but I don't know how to make it for people who wanted to hear it. I don't get it. I'm struggling. And they're all like, let's just make something that you like.
Doesn't have to be what everybody else wants to
Yeah.
hear.
And he was like, oh, I'm not unique like you girls, though. And then they're like, no, you are. Here's all these good things about you.
It's basically like when I get down on myself, you just like start aggressively yelling at me like the good
Yeah.
things about me.
It's true.
That's what they did here.
So yeah, they give you the advice of just like, hey, just do this. Make a song you like.
You
Also,
can
you're
do
great.
it.
You can do this. And then he was like, okay.
I
guess
this.
I'll believe this. And then the girls end up in Emma's dorm room for their final stop on their training camp tour, where they're drinking some tea and hanging out, and just they're like, we're so different though. What do we gotta do? We gotta figure this out.
Should we just give up and do it like individually? Like what should we do?
No. And then they basically start talking about like their perceptions of each other, but also like the qualities that they have that they themselves might not know.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're talking to like Kasumi, like, oh, you on the surface you would see like you should be like selfish and want everything for yourself, but you're very like, you look out for others. You want everyone else to be in like the same stratosphere that you are. Kanata, you're very caring for everyone. You're like, there was like 2 bombs were at your place. Emma's very determined, even though she looks very cozy. And Rena's like a leader. And Rena's like, what? Excuse me?
That's one thing that I wanted to bring up is that like Rena, man, her character development has been so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's like not afraid to speak up throughout this episode.
Yeah.
Is awesome.
It's real good.
Very good.
So they have that little chit chat and then like are able to kind of open up to each other more and find common ground and figure out what their group dynamic's going to be.
Things kind of click into place then.
Yeah. Also earlier in the episode I forgot to mention
Kasumi picture?
Yes, there was the Kasumi picture, which is of her when she was a youth. That was very funny. But we had some student council stuff where Shioriko's like, hey, why don't we combine the School Idol Festival and the Culture Festival together? And Setsuna's like, hey, that's a good idea. We should do that.
I can handle that.
And then like the one student council gal was like, hey, Shioriko, do you like school idols? And Shioriko's like, I'm just doing what I'm good at.
Yep.
And the girl's like, oh, okay. And then Lanju meets up with Shioriko, and she's like, hey, how's it going? Blah, 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 blah. Doing a concert. You want to come see it? And Shioriko's like, sure, I'll come. And then she's like, oh, but I also got invited to the Nijigasaki YG concert as well. And Lanju's like, And Shioriko's like, are you going to that? And Lanju's like, oh, yeah, I'm going. So yeah, we cut to the concert and Chiriko's there, and then Lonju shows up next to her, and YG has already performed, and then Quartz show up on stage, and they're very peculiar outfits.
Those outfits are weird.
Big bows, flannel dresses.
Bows on the back.
It's interesting.
Interesting choice, yes.
Yes. So yeah, they get up to perform. They perform their new song. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
Which does the thing that a lot of the songs from last year did, or last season did, I should say, where you get a lot of All-Stars cards and outfits in there. I did like how they basically took like the All-Stars card art for like the idolized forms of specific girls and like added animation to it.
Yep.
I thought that was a very good touch. So like there was the Kasumi SP broken card that I have. I was like, oh, I know this one. There was Phantom Thief, Kanata, and there was a bunch of other stuff
The
in there
like
as well.
magician, like chess game type of arena.
Yeah. So they had like those like specific animations, but also they had like a bunch of other like outfits as well that were from the game in there as well. So that was a real fun touch just to see like, oh hey, I know this one, 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 this one.
It was fun. It was really fun. I do appreciate though, like you said, they had like some of the All Stars outfits like sprinkled throughout.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole like here's the actual pose from the art in the game.
Yeah.
With the outfit, like that's new, and I thought that was really cool.
It's a really nice touch.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Also at the end they have like the background and everything is basically reminiscent of the swinging cover artwork.
Yep.
There's even like swings in the background.
Yep.
So I thought that was real fun.
It's
a fun song. It's a very Quartz like song, which is not surprising, but it's cool to see like they are now canonical in the series.
Yeah.
And that a subunit is now canonical in the series.
It's wild that a subunit is now canonical.
Yeah. But it works for this series because like, you know, they're able to defy tradition in a way that the other shows really aren't able to because you know everyone is solo artists, so like they can do these kind of weird mishmash subunit groups and it makes sense because they're not just a full on unit themselves.
Yeah,
a full group unit themselves.
It's really cool, and like it's nice that like they even explicitly said like we're Quartz.
Mm-hmm.
So like they Niji continues to break the boundaries of what makes for a Love Live anime.
Correct. So yeah, they perform. We cut back to Shiriko and Lonju, and Shiriko's like, "Oh, so this is the Nijigasaki High School Idol Club," and Lonju's like, "That was good.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I couldn't do that performance, but," and then we don't hear what she was gonna say afterwards.
Nope.
And then we cut backstage to the rest of the girls who are like, "Whoa, that was cool. They were able to do that kind of performance. We gotta step up our game too. Neato."
Yay.
And then we cut to you as she's about to perform her song she was composed and everything, and it turns out to be a piano performance of Neo Sky Neo Map.
I loved it. I was so excited. It was a really clever thing to do.
Yeah, which they basically used that to run the credits and everything, which makes a whole lot of sense since that was last season's ending song. So I thought that was a really good touch and everything.
It was.
And I think she even like at the end is like she's basically like lifting the lyrics from the song and using it as her ending monologue there.
Yeah, she's going into the school idol club room.
Mm-hmm.
Like she literally lifts lyrics.
Yeah, it's a real good touch.
It's nice. I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm. And then like sprinkled throughout the performance is like all the girls doing stuff and all that sort of thing. So yeah, it was a fun little thing. I'm glad they did it.
Me too.
We have a little bit of trivia and stuff in here because we have got this a little bit later. We don't have the full breadth of it yet on this wiki page. This is the conclusion of the Quartz origin in the anime, which is true, and is the first appearance of the Kanoe sisters' mom. And of course, also as Errors and Goose, we have to talk about how the subtitle timing was very peculiar and off.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but it was like a full second ahead of the dialogue, which made it very hard to kind of keep up at times.
Yeah. Like you would know what they were going to say via subtitle before they actually said it. I'm like, okay.
It's just like, straightening my head to think.
Yeah, it was very confusing.
So yeah. But that is it for this episode. Next time, we will be discussing Season 2, Episode number 4, called I Love Triangle, which I'm guessing we're going to start the Diver Diva arc.
Makes sense. I mean, Love Triangle is...
A Diver Diva song.
Yep. And I mean, with the I and Kari alarm clock situation,
Yeah.
like, it makes sense that they would start getting closer.
Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to see what that's going to be all about and everything.
Uh-huh.
So yeah. But that's going to do it for this week's episode. If you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sac.cool, so where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. And you can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, and Hot Tubs and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. So join us next time as we get an I Love Triangle. And hey, no broken microphones this week. Congratulations to everyone involved.
Woo!